Hello and welcome to Random Roleplay. I'm Deven of TRG Network and we're back with some more Planeswalkers goodness. This time we're kicking off a new arc and we're kicking it off in a very different way with a wholesome episode. Now, of course, this episode is going to have a bit of a surprise in it, I would like to think. I can't imagine anyone saw it coming. The players certainly didn't. But I look forward to see everyone's reaction within the comments below. Do let me know, because I'm sure you'll know what I'm talking about. But what you won't know I'm talking about is this week's hint. Or at least you think you will, but you won't. And that is stone. You see, that one's a very important one. And I know I say that for a lot of these hints, and in a lot of ways, they are very important in their own way. But this one in particular, I feel like, is the hint of all hints. This is the one that links them all. So do keep it in mind. But I think that's about all I got from a little rambling this intro around. So of course, do like the video, do subscribe, do comment your thoughts. Please, I need to know how this is making you feel. But without further ado, on to the show. And so, we return to the glistening silver heaven of Lunia, and the party in the form of Cassius the Tiefling, Arudim the Half-Orc, Naleek the Half-Elf, and Crantor the Gallataur. Last we left off, the party returned to Rieba after what felt like an eternal few days in the ashen wastelands of Avernus. Staying for a few days in Archmage Fellhandle's tower, the party catches up on some much-needed rest. Eventually gathering in Miramore study, they discuss much about Coastal and Vesnianza, learning that they were employed to abduct Cassius' sister by a devil that she failed to uphold a contract with. Naleek suggests visiting the All-Knowing as a way of finding out exactly where Cassius' sister is, to which Archmage Fellhandle agrees to assist in, having access to a portal in Excelsior, the Outlands' gate town to Celestia. After finally having his daughter return to him in tearful fashion, Miramore delivers the party via plane shift to Celestia that night. The party arrives in a room with several adventurers and teleportation glyphs, in a silvery building reminiscent of this heaven, Lunia. And so yeah, you guys last arrived in a teleportation circle, in a large room that had several of them, with several adventurers on them. I'd like you to see where you are on the map. There are the teleportation circles up north where you came from, and you were led down this hall, well, not really led down, but you simply guided yourself down this hallway towards this bustling tavern setting here on Lunia.
Okay.
Yeah, a map! I felt like it would be helpful for this setting because there's so much going on. You guys are in a room with floors and walls made of silvery steel, and the tables and stools made of a marble that shines off of the silver. There is much reflection in here, but it's not blinding, just enough to comfortably illuminate the room. There's no torches or anything of the sort. In fact, the only decorum really is small little statues of various divine-looking creatures lining the walls, roughly hand-sized, a little larger maybe.
Does this place have a name that we can see or anything like that?
Inside? From your angle, not at the moment. Yeah, from where you're standing, no. There would probably be a sign over here above the counter somewhere. But nothing you can see from your angle as you guys are... I didn't want to put you guys too far forward. I wanted to leave that to you. How you guys want to go about this.
That's fair.
Last we left off, Crantor was smiling.
What
Everyone was scared.
Crantor, the last time you were on Lunia, this was the part of Lunia you visited least, as you guys mostly went through the wilds of Lunia and the more desertous areas of it in terms of, like, population. You were briefly in the cities for a day or two before you left, and it really kind of made you sad to leave. Before you took your astral sailing, the trio of elves that sailed you through the astral sea back to Rieba. Naleek kind of steps forward a little and kind of peeks around the room. He's like, wow, this place is loaded with characters. Naleek's kind of cheery, but at the same time a little nervous. They kind of all look like us, in a way.
You mean hopelessly in need of a vacation? Glad you could say that one again, mate.
I only feel bad I couldn't bring the others here. Then again, they're a rowdy bunch. They probably wouldn't behave themselves.
This
I
dwarf,
know the feeling.
you hear a welcome, welcome, first in Celestia, then in common, as this dwarf walking over, and the inside of the counter comes to the edge, just like, you guys are definitely first timers. How can I help you all? It's kind of eyeing you up and down.
These two have been here before. The two of us,
Well,
and Arudim's gonna put an arm around Cassius. We are unfamiliar.
Aha.
Well, a dwarf running a bar. Well, it's like being back home. He's gonna take a glance over at Fellhandle for that.
It's like, yeah. Speaking of home, I should probably get going. It was really great getting acquainted with you all again, and do feel free to contact me via sending anytime, but I have a daughter to go home and spend time with, so please.
Yes, do that if you could.
He shakes every single one of your hands. Yes, he especially tries to put effort into shaking Crantor's hand.
I will do a contested strength check if you want.
Oh man, let's do it. Okay.
Oh, no.
Let's go look at his
yes.
stats.
Absolutely.
Oh my god!
That's an 8.
This man's gonna have a broken hand.
You know what? He put special emphasis on it, so Crantor would be rude not to help with that. Oh my fucking god.
It's either a nat 1 or a nat 20.
It's a 19.
Oh, damn.
That's a 19.
24.
Oh my god. Yeah. Dude damn near buckles. where he's standing, just, almost has to use his free hand to stand back up. Nods at you, grasping his hand after you let go. He's like, have a good day. And so...
Indeed, and let me know if any more of my tales are necessary for the historians I was speaking with.
Understood, you'll be contacted promptly if necessary. And he walks through the door that has no handle. It's just kind of like a revolving door. Not really a revolving, but one of those doors that has a double hinge. And you just push it open. So, I guess, should we grab a table?
Why not?
Suppose so.
After you, lads. I'm still trying to wonder why I haven't burst into flames yet.
It's Lunia, not... Never mind. You wouldn't know what I meant.
I think what they're trying to say is that just because you have deals with devils doesn't mean that you aren't, at least in some way, welcome here. This appears to be a very neutral, in a way, ground for people with a, maybe, who mean well, I suppose?
Oi, says the bartender. This mature, handsome blonde dwarf. He's got like a very groomed beard and a large singular braid kind of like falling over his shoulder. He's wearing like a clerical 3-piece, silver and bronze silver and bronze lined robe with the jacket piece tied around his waist in kind of casual fashion. He's like, Lunia, despite being one of the 7 heavens, just about lets anybody walk on here who isn't outright trying to kill somebody or cause any harm. Hey, Tiefling lad, first off, what's your name?
Name's Cassius, mate.
You're fine. You trying to kill anybody?
Not if I can help it.
Well, then there you go. Come on in. Some free stools, and trust me, they're comfier than they look. You look over at these marble stools here that have the very shine and marble-esque pattern, and you're like, right,
like,
sure.
Wow, that seems like that would be sore on the old Tuckus.
Naleek takes a seat.
Accommodate Crantor.
Naleek takes a seat on it, and it just kind of sinks in a little, and he's like, oh wow.
Arudim looks at it, and he just goes, normally I hate this kind of thing, but this isn't exclusive to the wealthy, so I'm fine. And he goes over, and he's gonna take a seat as well.
What's going on? Well, just give it to her then. We got plenty.
Perception!
Sorry about that.
Let me hear the secrets!
Perception check it is.
Secrets! 26!
Oh, that's a good roll.
Damn.
13 plus 13, everybody!
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
God, it's my witness!
You heard one of the servers going, one of the patrons is consuming an extremely large amount of food. Is there any point we should cut off? It's like, no. She keeps asking for it, pay it for it, give it to her.
I mean, if they've got the money.
He's like, we got plenty in terms of, like, food.
Now that's a lot of damage. How about a little more?
But yeah, other than that, he just kind of comes back saying, all right, well, as for a seat that can accommodate our friend here, let me see if I can...
We'll just stand. It's okay.
Well, all right then. I was personally going to try something like this. And you see the stone around you mold up into a long stool that's kind of meant for you to rest the underneath of your body on without, we kind of let your legs dangle a little.
Oh, well then.
Yeah, like right underneath you. Like it rose you just about like an inch off the ground, and then you kind of sunk into what almost feels like clay, but is definitely marble.
Crantor will grunt in surprise at that.
And at this point,
embarrassed.
you guys can see the big sign over here that reads in Celestial, Elven, and Common, The Silver Swords' Tavern.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Apt name. You know, aside from all the white and silver, this kind of does have a bit of a homey feel to it. Reminds me a bit of Rosie's place.
Does it? It does kind of feel homey, doesn't it? And it's strange, because I haven't been to this part of Lunia before.
Yes, last time we weren't here.
Oh, I bet not. Y'all don't really look like you've been here before, to be honest. Although you are a Gallataur. It just says so matter-of-factly, although you are a Gallataur.
Crantor will look surprised at that, and you say, you've seen my kind before?
This is a... Wait, so you aren't from here? Like, he looks a little confused, but he's trying to keep up the charisma, so like, you aren't from here, then.
I came here some time ago, but I am from the material plane.
Ah, ha, ha.
And my tribe is as well. On the mythos plane, actually.
Never heard of it. But, if you aren't from this plane, what brings you back here?
We are... It's a stopping point between here and Sigil.
Arden, with your passive perception, you noticed that these two ladies over here at this counter looked up immediately when Crantor said that.
Squints. In suspicion. No one's about to ruin my vacation, goddammit.
No one's about.
I came here for a good time, not a long time. Now, please.
Well, yeah, the dwarf looks a little taken aback when you said that that's where you were going. He's like, wow, that's not really something many people just put out there. Y'all must be pretty confident in your abilities, huh?
Artem immediately looks over to everybody else. This isn't a vacation, is it?
I'm afraid not, lad. I don't think this is much of a vacation. But hey, it's
going...
better than where we were.
Artem, you know that you guys ultimately are going to Sigil to talk to the All-Knowing, as Naleek wants to know where Carrick is, and Cassius wants to know where his sister is. Crantor maybe wants to ask something.
Artem kind of lost that into himself a little bit. He's like, oh yeah, we're on a field trip, not a vacation.
But nothing says you have to rush there. It's not like if you guys don't get there in a certain amount of time, you can't do it. You guys could chill here for months. Nothing says otherwise. I mean, granted, Cassius probably wants to see where his sister is, but...
Look at it this way, Arudim. At least it beats the hell out of Grandma's house.
I hate that you refer it to that. Is she really your grandmother? Do we ever get to know that?
And it wasn't really a house. It was more of a...
entire plane of existence.
Domain would be a more appropriate term, I suppose, in context.
I'm going with nightmare.
I mean, it's kind of a 50-50, the whole, bloodline thing, and then you got the pact.
Excuse me, Growrick? Yes. And the dwarf kind of looks at you guys nervously. Oh, sorry, guys. Excuse me 1 second. let me just do this for this lad, because you now have heard it. Growlrig's the name. Still can't see this, right? Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure. It's like, one of the patrons seems to be having a problem with some of the food. What? Excuse me? And he kind of looks up. He's like, oh no, that's a... Artem, you can tell the look on his face is like, oh no, I don't want this I don't want to look bad. One second, please.
All right, that's one major difference between him and Rosie. Rosie would have come across that counter ladle in hand.
This Rosie you keep talking about.
She's a nightmare, mate. You want to get your boys whipped into shape? Leave them alone with her for about a week.
I
You'll
like
have a
to think
full-blown
I've done a good
military on your
job.
hands.
However, the way you describe her sounds very militant. I'm not sure they would
Yes.
fit.
She is a dwarf. So militant is a very apt word, to be perfectly honest.
Crantor thinks in needing a general.
I don't know how she feels about military, after brother and all that, but to be perfectly honest, she'd probably be really good at it. And Cassius just has this 1,000-yard stare.
So if she were to raise an army, how effective do you think they would be in combat?
Frighteningly.
Interesting.
So
Crantor just writes
the
things
person who
down.
basically raised you, in a sense, is what appears to be a psychopathic dwarf nanny who, if they wanted to, could probably take on the material plane, all the hells, and apparently some demons as well.
Talking about dwarves, are we? You guys turn
dwarf.
over and see this stout mage-looking dwarf, long blonde hair.
Immediately, Arudim goes,
You
I
always
don't mean to
expect
be
it right
rude,
next
but
to
I
me.
must ask a question. Do you know of a dwarf named Rosie?
Everyone knows a dwarf named Rosie.
Crantor, to answer your question, you remember the look on Archmage Fellhandle's face when he realized that I was talking about the same one?
Crantor was very engrossed in his book. Actually.
He's completely dismissed everything going around. He's like, this is a perfect reading setting.
It was very luxurious.
I mean, Crantor's got good taste. What can we say?
He has no idea what he was reading, but he was very into it. Remembers that.
Kobold, the good taste comment. Just thinking back to the whole Crantor was nibbling on the book from last session.
Yeah.
It had a very good taste, yes.
I'm sorry. I am so
Aged
sorry
so well.
about that all. Growlrig says as he kind of approaches. At this point, the dwarf that had just approached you kind of started making her way back over to their group. And Growlrig says, can I get you all anything? I hadn't really offered. I do apologize. We're having some rare issues.
Eyebrow raise. Could we have a menu, perhaps?
Oh, absolutely. I just want to imagine, like, a holy light shines from the ceiling down in front of each of you all, beaming down a menu. Just like it slowly floats down in the light.
Does a choir of angels sing as the menu floats?
Just lands
So
to
when
a
they
little...
say this food is divine, they really mean that, don't they?
Yeah, they pretty much just descended on the counters in front of you. And you guys will see a luxurious variance of taste. I do not have a menu prepared, admit. You will see an exorbitant...
That's fine. It's fine.
A lot of the
Break
foods...
my immersion. No, I'm just kidding.
Fuck my brag,
I'm just
right?
kidding. I'm kidding.
No, you're good. That was... You got me. No, but a lot of the food will consist of seafoods, making sense, as you guys can literally see out the body
An
size...
ocean of silver.
Yes, the ocean of silvery red wine, and...
Yeah. Yeah. Like, you know how in the distance water can look like, on the horizon it can look a slightly different color?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's that.
Yeah.
It's that. Like the sun reflecting off the water instead of it being just like bright white light. It's just silver reflected in red.
Basically.
And then you're just like, oh wow, that's pretty fancy. This kind of a place would be so much better suited for so many of my other trauma-filled characters, not gonna lie.
I love it. You're most reserved and in control.
Wasted it.
Yeah. Your most reserved and in control character comes to visit the place that lets him go loose and just like, it's nice, but now's not the time.
I'm a little pissed, not gonna lie. At myself, really.
So as you guys are noticing that there are, like, meat-based products that probably come from other parts of the mountain, are a little more expensive on the menu. You're going to hear an elf speak out in Celestial, so only Crantor you're going to understand. This is, excuse me, bartender. Do you really only have 2 servers? And if you do, why are they both serving 1 person? And he immediately comes running out. See, there's just some issues with this customer. You see, they need their food prepared a very specific way, and there was a couple of misunderstandings along the way. And as for our service, I've noticed that another table, specifically of those sailors over there, you guys look over, very increasingly irritated orcs and a quickling, just looking over at the 2 servers over here. By what you notice is a woman with a snake tail wrapping around her bar stool, blue hair, reaching down, kind of covering over her elf ears a little bit, and looks very smug as she's kind of just like talking up a storm.
Tell who's the Karen in this scenario?
Damn it, you beat me to it.
She looks a little. She's like smiling, almost like she's telling a quote unquote funny story to the 2 servers as they're kind of like they have the bottle of wine ready that she's sipping in between the sentences. And you hear the elf one more time in Celestial say, I suggest that you hire some more help.
A scathing review.
Yeah, Growrig's kind of looking over.
We're just really short-staffed today.
Yeah, Growrig's looking over at all you guys, and with an unnerved look. Not sure how many of you understood what was just said. Just kind of makes his way back into the kitchen.
So did any of you get, like, a word of that?
Unfortunately, I don't have anything freshly killed on hand. So no, I didn't understand anything.
You notice this.
Said that there was.
You notice this helmeted warrior look up immediately at Arudim when he heard the word "kill." Crantor, you notice this.
Figure of speech.
It was a joke.
Head slowly lowers back down. He's got the basic cup of whatever as he's just kind of looking into it pensively, almost SpongeBob meme style.
Arudim takes one look at him and goes like, motherfucking paladins.
It's in former paladin.
Cass is gonna lean over to Arudim and whisper something. I'm gonna roll stealth for it real quick.
All right.
What I am going to say is it just me, or does the air in here seem really, really tense? Well, I am glad I have a pretty decent stealth. That is a 15.
Well, Naleek can respond to it. It's like, oh yeah, I heard everything. It's real tense in here, he says, blurting out loud. With his nat 1.
Arudim just like holds his thumb and his pointing finger onto the bridge of his nose, like, I am with a bunch of unstealthy, nervous wrecks. Just in his head, completely. Just bewildered at the mild incompetence.
Wait, who's nervous?
I like to think that I did all right.
Mild incompetence.
I'm a warrior, not a sneak.
I'm a warrior and a sneak. Anyway, Arudim, can I like insight the room to get why things might be tense?
You know what? Yeah, that's an interesting. Yeah, go ahead. Insight the room. That's an interesting way of going about it.
Because I can't. If I have to make individual rolls per table, I will.
I mean,
but like, I'm really curious as to why there's such kind of like there really is like a palpable feeling of shit's about to go down, but it shouldn't be.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm not the only one getting this
feeling.
feeling.
A little confused. Thought this place was meant to be, pretty chill. That's a 16 insight.
All right. You are right that there is some tension you're sensing. Pretty much to sum it all up, these 4 have just been chilling for a while now. You can tell that they've already been, like, they have finished plates and stuff. Some that have already been collected.
Yeah, so they straight chilling over there.
Yeah. Over here, got some sailors. They got some drinks. They got some very irritated looks on their faces. 3 half-orcs. And that's a quickling, which is a fey creature. And they are similar uniform to the other 3. They are looking very irritated. They're occasionally looking around, but mainly looking over to the server and to Growlerig. Stoning around. Got some patrons over here. They seem to have their food. But they haven't really had an attentive server, it seems, because they've, several times over the course of the few minutes you've been observing, they've tried to call out to the servers, and a lot of times they've just been like, oh, 1 minute as they've been flying back and forth, and you've been seeing these servers fly back and forth very fast with haste. You could tell that this individual over here is...
like high society?
Standards.
No, yeah, high standards, I should say.
Okay, so...
Needy.
Yes, very needy.
Yeah.
There we go. She's
Needy, spoiled.
Yes, you can definitely tell that she's been getting very pampered in the time that you've been here, and this looks very reminiscent of royalty to a lot of you.
There's an immediate tone shift in his face.
You can tell
just pure, unadulterated disgust. Not like the over-exaggerated, I guess I should say. It's just definitely like there's now a tension coming from Arudim, like he clearly has a problem with this.
Well, I'm assuming the rest of the group would notice that?
Oh yeah, no, as Aridim's been picking up on
the moment he looks over to the two servers, there's just this palpable aura of malice.
Wait. You're
Like,
right,
he's not
mate.
gonna kill her, but jeez, he wants to do something.
Sheesh, Aridim, if I didn't know any better, you look like you want to do something. And Naleek says in a strange way, egging you on. Very unlike Naleek. At this point, you guys are being served your appetizers by Growlrig, and he's just kind of dipping into them as he's kind of trying to see what Aridim's gonna do.
You're right there, Ardim.
I hate people like her.
Yeah.
No eye
I'm
contact
doing
with any of you. He is focused.
Crantor will just look back. Why not? Seems nice. Dumb. Dumb.
Crantor, you've never seen... You looked over to her and you've never seen a creature like this individual who's got her bluish cloak and her blue hair, but a green serpent tail that's kind of coiled around the stool she's sitting on.
I mean, is it because of the tail? It's a bit odd, but it's not that bad.
Oh yeah,
I
no,
tail.
but just that you've never seen a creature
No,
like
that's Crantor's response.
To Ardim, yeah.
Yeah, he's just like, I don't think she's that bad. Are you a racist now?
Oh my
Basically.
God. Oh my god! This got intense. Quick.
yeah. Arudim just goes, it's not about her looks.
It's about the tail,
she
isn't
carried
it?
herself and the way that the servers are bending over backwards to meet her every whim. She's being spoiled and pampered like a little brat.
Should we talk to her?
People like that just irk me. It's that simple. People with power, money, status, they think themselves higher than those who don't. And
But we both
personally,
have power.
my entire life has been spent ending the lives of people like that.
We both have power and status, though.
And to be fair, if she's...
Not in the way that gains respect to normal people. Normal people see us as monsters and savages.
Look at how you've been
Freaks.
treated since you showed up.
They've been treating us very great.
Not where I'm from. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right, man. This is
We
where
understand.
part of the reason to come in here is to get this out of your system, you know. Nali kind of just says with a very gentle look on his face. He's usually like very pensive, like his lips are almost always pursed, and he's almost always kind of like half squinting, just kind of like he's ready for things to happen. But Nalik's very relaxed. You know, you see like certain parts of his armor is unbolted just for like looseness sake, and he just kind of like puts a hand on your shoulders. Like, no worries, man.
Exposed
Just
elbows.
just get it out of your system. Who knows? Maybe we're just seeing her the wrong way.
Arnim just kind of sighs.
Should we talk to her?
You don't...
Is that...
I don't want to make a scene. We just got here. I don't want to be that guy, especially with the two of you who were kind enough to allow us to come with you.
I mean, we can go talk to her right now. I'll go with you.
We'll all go.
To be perfectly honest, I'm with
There's nothing
Ardim on
really
this
that we
one.
can do other than scold her.
I'll go.
And then she'll be, yes, my great status will allow me to impose some sort of disadvantage upon you because I don't like you now.
Artem,
You see-
this is Celestia. This isn't the Hells. This isn't Rieba.
She
I don't
has
know,
a
I
snake
think-
for a fucking tail.
Yeah, and Crantor has
To
4
me,
legs.
That's an immediate sign.
And a tail for a tail.
And it has a tail for a tail. Yes, and you have green skin, and Cassius has horns, and nothing is wrong with any of that here.
Yeah, I'm all purple and horny. Wait, what?
And he's got that weird
We're gonna
accent.
party till we're purple.
I mean, I've
This
got a tail
halfling looks
too.
over. Just like
Wait,
Cassius!
double eyebrow raise.
Cassius looks back.
Oh,
Cassius
whoa.
looks back. Oh yeah, you heard me, mate. And he'll just tap the horns.
No, what
Which
you
was
should have done was what you should have done was put an appetizer on your horn.
Oh my god. No. No.
Oh god.
That
I can just
removes
imagine
all
you.
subtlety from that.
Yeah, put the appetizer on the horn. The mouse comes out of the hair and grabs it.
Yes! Yes!
Because that's,
Oh, that's
the
even
civilized
better.
cultured thing to do.
Lucy skitters out, grabbing it. Lucy's a little hungry from the planar travel.
How's she doing?
Oh, she's great. She's all giddy. Now she's munching on...
Can Arudim make a check to see if Lucy is legit still just a normal mouse? Because at this point,
Make an Arcana.
There's gotta be something else to the mouse.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check as Lucy skitters out, snatches up one of the shrimp, we'll say, one of the celestial shrimp that have been pierced onto Cassius's horn, as sacrilegious as that may be. As...
Guys, you wanna know what happened?
What happened?
The best thing ever!
Nat 20?
Natural one!
Oh, that's even better. Oh my god. That's a
I
fucking
clearly
familiar.
think it is a celestial in disguise.
Oh no, that's gotta be like a little angel or something, just chilling. Not even an angel, but like, even worse, that's probably just like an imp in disguise or something. And Cassius is just too scared to let you guys know because he thinks you guys will probably think he's up to something.
Arudim squints at Lucy and goes,
I know your secret.
What?
Naleek's like, alright, hops off the booster. Well, come on, Arudim. Let's go have a chat with royalty.
I'd rather not.
I rather would. And he grabs you by your wrist and kind of like tugs at you.
What are you? Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna fight this. Just...
No, because at this point, I'm curious. I'm really curious. I want to see how this
Curious
plays
about
out.
my reaction to her, or curious about her?
Yes. Big old smile.
As they
God, it's
walk over,
confident
Arudim
release.
just has like this slight shade of blush. Realizing, oh no,
Oh no, I actually have to interact. Plus, you know, as
I'm socially awkward.
you're a leader, you need to be able to handle this. Excuse me, miss.
Fucking no.
Crantor just looks at Cassius with confusion. Invisible
There is
confusion.
there is a physical cringe in
This is gonna
Arudim
go
as
out.
he's walking over.
And guys, I would like to welcome to the game PB Zelos.
Oh!
Celos?
Yes, Zelos.
What the frick?
As you guys approach
Hi guys.
this creature,
Oh!
Holy shit.
her staff leaning up against the table as her
Oh!
tail coils around the bench, sipping on some wine with several plates of food. Some of them look like the same plate of food, but separate attempts made at the very same plate of food, as it's been either sent back or requested to be remade.
This is so good.
Just be a second. I'm just loading in.
I'm so happy I was able to blindside you guys with this. I figured it was going to be spoiled somehow.
Metagaming aside from me being curious about the character portrait that I recognized, which was in your style. Obviously, I knew this person was important. I didn't think this was this important.
Right? I'm so happy because part of me thought you guys were going to see the character art and, like, in a meta fashion, gravitate towards the character. You'll be like, oh, this is obviously important character.
So, Crantor, this is going to go one of three ways. Either she's about to explode and kill both Naleek and Arudim, in which case you and I need to get the hell out of here. Two, Arudim's going to explode and kill her, in which case you and I need to get the hell out of here. Or three, the two of them are about to fall in love, and, well, drinks all around.
Well, I just got some popcorn. Some popped corns here. It's a very specialty of Lunia here. Would you like to share with me while we watch this happen?
Damned! You know what? You're damn right I would.
They're buttery and salty and delicious.
I'm dead. I'm dead. Fucking
dead.
popped corns. Crantor saying popped corns. That's it. That's my funeral.
You gotta pop
I've
the
been-
corn so the children can eat.
I've been sitting on this little secret for months now.
Yeah, when the campaign first started, we were playing, I'm like, okay, so at some point you're going to be a guest character. He was like, oh, okay, how are we going to do that? I'm like, I have an idea. It'll be a while, though. And so we sat on it for like 10 sessions. It was because the campaign ended up being longer, you know? Fun fact for everyone at home, Zelos is my first DM. I mean, technically I'm my first DM, but as a player, Zelos is my first DM. He's the one who brought pretty much the whole group, say for Castor together, who came in later.
And he's also my DM for everything.
He's my first good 5e DM.
Okay, fine. I understand how it is, but no, I'm kidding. You had Zelos
Bruh,
first.
you came after.
You came after.
Advy,
Whatever brain.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So when you mentioned that art that you really needed to be done before today's session, is this what you were referring to?
This is in fact what I was referring to.
Oh no.
And he's like, yeah, I'm working on art.
She is literally munching between fried food, sweet foods, salty snacks, and just enjoying every bite as if it was a foodgasm from Shogugeki.
No! No, why?
Yes, you see, she's also got some of the popped corns. You can see it on the table in that little bowl.
Oh, she's got everything from the menu. And the stool has literally conformed to literally almost be like a long table lounge, much like yours, only something curved so she can literally swivel on it.
The style.
So yes, Arudim and Naleek, you approach.
Oh, you're approaching me?
You're approaching her as she's kind of just looking over, probably waiting for her server to come back. Naleek's like, hey there! In Celestial. And then, again, in Common, she's like, how you doing?
Oh, yes, can I help you?
Well, just a little curious is all. I kind of come up and against the wall. Come on, Arudim, come on.
He is going to move specifically, like, I don't know, how do I make a token go not snap to the thing?
You hold Alt when you let go of the click.
Ah, I see. Perfect.
Ah.
He's gonna go there.
Surround her. All right, boy, surround her.
Because he does not like her.
Actually, no, I just realized he'd be leaning up against the door, so then never mind. He will have come over here as well.
Mother...
Yeah, he'll start leaning against the door, and he starts seeing the door tilt over. Oops, my bad, and he'll come over. You are...
There's
my
just
bad.
that look in Ardem's face, like, no, flank her!
And it's like, oh, my bad, and then heads right back over. Dace, this looks very awkward to use. They're kind of like trying to figure out where they want to stand.
Can she insight this behavior?
Absolutely. First Dace check of the game. Nice.
Crantor, you trained Naleek well, as he is using military tactics. They're trying to flank her. This is a good idea.
See, I just thought they were awkward. I know I'm bad at this,
It's
but
awkward. Ardem's thinking with his brain.
Crantor fucking killing this session. Oh my god. I love that. Of all people. Just okay.
And he's like literally fisting like packs of popcorn into his mouth. It's just like, I'm pretty bad at this, but they don't seem to be doing it right.
They seem to be doing
Talking works.
I'm pretty bad at this, but they just seem to be fucking it up real bad.
They're worse.
They're worse.
Pretty
Yes, now you
I don't know. You know these things, Kat.
I was gonna be like, so quite frankly, we're wondering why you're stirring up such a ruckus. And you see, a lot of these patrons, they don't look too happy with you. And my friend Arudim here, he doesn't really like... You know what, I'm just gonna put it out. He doesn't like the way you're carrying yourself. So what's that about? Princess? No, he's almost trying to he's trying to play bad cop for once, and it's not coming off the way he intends.
You see this half-orc look at Naleek and just facepalm.
Here you are, madam. Do apologize. I hope it is a proper temp this time.
Ah, perfect. Oh, and here. She literally hands into the server 10 platinum. Apparently I've caused a bit of a... and smiles over at the elf, a ruckus. Pay for the rest of the bar's food and drink. You may go now.
Oh, I understand,
save a little
lady.
for yourself, too.
And it's no problem at all. The server gives Naleek a glare.
Oh, wouldn't be the first time I've caused a ruckus in here.
Oh, you're familiar with the place, huh?
A few times. Ooh, and she looks over at the half-orc. Ooh, try these. These are excellent. You'll die for them.
Oh.
And slides over popcorn strip covered in, like, hot sauce.
Oh, wow, that looks... You know, we actually got some at my table already. Oh, like, counter, I guess, with friends. You see, over there, the Tiefling and the Gallataur.
Oh my god, Naleek, shut up!
And Cassius and Crantor are just completely not trying to hide the fact that they're just staring at this completely.
Cassius will wave.
Right? Doesn't know what he's supposed to do.
I love it. Arudim is the only one trying to be discreet.
She will actually wave back with the little tip of her tail.
You know, I think the third option might be coming true.
So,
This is looking good. This is looking good, Mike.
So,
You
ma'am,
want to put money on it?
For that insight, how much is she learning from between the elf and the half-orc?
first of all, the situation's not going the way they wanted at all. They were going to try and lay this situation out in a very stern manner, likely, and the half-elf is just kind of bombing it. You can't tell if it's intentional or if it's just the way it's happening, we'll say, but yeah.
We have reached true normal levels of incompetence. Congratulations, you've graduated from mild.
First one to bring my friends over. I see some interesting fellows.
Whoa.
And she will literally start double hand waving them over like, come on, food.
Naleek's kind of like, eyes wide, looking over to Arudim. Okay, now I've lost complete control of the situation. Help.
You think?
Out of character. Naleek, you never had control character.
Meanwhile, at the prospect of new food, Crantor just grabs Cassius and goes.
Oi, Lucy, you get back here. They got more food over there. Come on, let's go. He picks her up, squeaking by the tail. Listen, I know they've got food over there too. All right.
The mouse screaming.
The son elf right at the table is just kind of like, whoa, as Crantor just kind of like moves past him. It's like, okay.
Sorry, excuse me, sorry. Just like trying to go down an airplane.
It's quite alright.
Arudim immediately moves out of the way for Crantor.
So I'm done with this situation. Screw that.
Can
Actually,
Crantor
Arudim
just
is
grab
gonna go and he's gonna take a walk. He's done with this.
Crantor wants to just grab Arudim so he doesn't go.
Fucking try it, bait.
Alright,
Okay.
contested strength checks, lads. Actually, no, acrobat. It's a grapple check,
Acrobatics,
essentially.
motherfucker.
Yep.
I'm gonna pull a gaijin in this motherfucker.
No, that's how grapple checks work. It's not. Yeah, you guys. You're trying to get
I'm
away.
doing a gaijin. The
Yep,
same
you gotta
with
roll.
Prickles and Porky.
Perfect.
Ah,
Thank you, plus 10.
I also have a plus 10. Let's go! Fuck!
the small window you had to end up in, my dude. I don't believe. What you got
No.
for us?
You know, Dice, you had one job, and it was roll a 17 or higher to tie. And what did you do? You gave me a fucking 2!
Oh no!
12 acrobatics.
You try to slip out. Other hand comes in, grabs you by the thigh. Nope, you ain't going anywhere.
Around the waist, to make
Okay.
it casual.
Okay.
Uh.
I didn't think Crantor had that level of awareness.
Now don't be shy, I know I'm quite famous. Now,
You are?
For what?
Oh,
We just got here. We've never heard of you.
well, I'm not from here. I'm from the material plane.
Oh, so are we.
Why would they care if you're famous there?
Oh, there's a few reasons. And where are my manners? I am Dias, Empress of Rieba, the Azur's sage, the magnificent blue star of fate, auspicious winner of stars, queen of destruction, princess of ocean.
Arudim looks like he's going to fucking puke.
Leviathan of the Azure Sea, siren of blue and green, the immortal kiss of Zur, and the divine bringer of ruin. And yes, she's making dramatic poses every title.
Just like
She's got more titles than you, mate.
Naleek was like
trying not to
sighed audibly twice as she kept going. It's just like, oh no, one of these. And he's like, I'm sorry, did you say Riafol's Empress?
Well, yes. Well, it was a long time ago.
I want all y'all to roll a history check.
Okay.
Do I have disadvantage from being in a very poor upbringing?
No.
Oh shit.
That means it's very important.
Fucking. Please
You know,
tell me
yes.
I murdered somebody she loved. Please! He needs this!
The dice don't lie. I still
Oh
don't
my
know shit.
god. Wow.
15!
You know, you're the
Five.
second, the second Empress I've met.
No worries. Okay, so Cassius, you
She's
know,
either a method actress who has gotten way too into her role, or
Cassius, you know Rieva is a country. It is one of the richest countries on the plane. However, it is run by a council. It doesn't have an emperor, an empress, a king, or queen. This lady's full of shit. Crantor, Arudim.
Yeah, pull the other one, lass.
You guys know not only that Rieva is a country, of course, but that it was once an autocracy. And eventually, after an empress excessively ignored her duties, she was stripped of her title, and they eventually established a new system. But the final empress of Rieva, over 500 years ago, was this very woman in front of you.
Who's scarfing down eclairs.
Yeah, pull the other one, lass. Empress, my left leg.
Oh, no. She's not an empress anymore, but she used to be. A terrible one at that.
You guys know the title of empress always follows someone. Emperor, empress, those titles.
They don't even have an empress up in there.
They used
Not anymore.
to. But she was so bad at her job of being an empress, they dethroned her and made their own government.
That's what they say in the history books now? Oh, my God, those elves. Always a stick up their ass.
But you could say that.
Then why aren't you
just nods
empress anymore
fast.
if you weren't so incompetent at the job?
She will slide off the stool and just slide over to Arudim. She moves in a very serpentine motion, but very graceful. It's hardly to tell who does well when all they wanted was a puppet. So, where are you from, handsome lad?
None of your business.
Very well.
Arudim, come on.
I'm
She's opening up. Open up yourself. Come on.
I
I
barely
lost
open up to the all of you,
Half-Orcs.
and we've been in life-threatening situations.
He's got a point there, mate.
Well, yeah, Arudim. Naleek kind of comes around from behind. He's got an arm over your shoulder, almost like, kind of like lean on you. Oh, what better
There is
time
a
than now?
death glare in his eyes at Naleek. Like, I swear to God, if you try to pull some Big Brother bullshit,
So what does
I
bring
will roundhouse kick your ass.
menagerie you have here to Lunia?
Oh, man. At this point, you know what? Dave's really quickly, roll me a perception check. See if you would have heard it earlier. Because Crantor's a pretty loud fellow. And he's a pretty large fellow.
Damn it, Crantor.
True.
And he's also dumb.
And he didn't. Well, actually,
Stop being
it's
a
funny you
handsome
say
himbo,
that.
Damn it.
Wait, hold on.
can't.
Don't forget this. That one, his intelligence is actually one of his higher stats.
Yes,
It's
he
his
is
wisdom.
Smart, but he's dumb. He's smart, but he's dumb.
Lack of awareness. I attribute it to his wisdom or lack thereof.
Why are you
He's
such a
very
hot
pretty.
himbo, Crantor?
Let's be fair. Kronk is fairly intelligent, but still a himbo.
Yeah.
I mean, Kronk is a genius in the kitchen.
Okay, so Days, with your
Still a
16
himbo.
perception, you're asked. We'll just say this to not retract it. You're asking this question already knowing the answer. The big guy said earlier they're heading to Sigil.
Oh yeah, she's playing dumb.
He even said it the correct way, so that's how it would catch your attention. So yes, answer this question how you guys feel. In fact, roll an insight check if you want beforehand to see if you can tell she knows.
Oh, Arudim doesn't like her at all.
Oh, I'm loving this.
18.
Yeah, I'll roll one too.
Why not?
Okay. Yeah.
It's not going to beat an 18, that's for damn sure.
It's my matches. 18.
Hey, twinsies.
Alright, so then yeah, Crantor Arudim, you can tell she's asking this question already knowing the answer. She probably heard you say it earlier, Crantor. And Arudim, you can definitely tell that. Cassius, you're still kind of like, Empress? I don't know, I just don't see it. People like that, they just have a vibe about them. She don't got that vibe.
I felt the Archmage had a more regal presence than her. I don't know what it is. Anyway, the food is absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we really should kind of like take some seats, guys. Let's see. You know what? Hold on. You guys grab some seats. I'm gonna go have the bartender make Crantor one over here.
Just
yeah.
through fistfuls of food. Just, go girl.
Oh, have you tried the almond pretzel twists? They're so good.
Do these ones have cheese in them as well? The
Yeah.
other ones I had last time have cheese.
Arudim's gonna immediately go to the bar.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So what's
Is
up,
he
Arudim?
also-
It seems like you have a hard time coming out your shell. I'll get to it in just a second, lad. Okay. Oh no worries. No rush. Don't want. You got a lot going on.
Give me a second. How much did we get paid again?
9,000 platinum.
What?
For the job? Yeah, 9,000. Got that on my cool. I put 2 platinum down, and I go, I don't give a shit what kind of drinks you have. Whatever has the highest concentration and doesn't taste like garbage, I'll take. Actually, you know what? I don't care. Anything. The highest concentration you have.
Okay, man. He stops, like, when he heard you clank the coins down on the counter as he's, like, listening, not actually turning around, and then, like, after you finished, he kind of just, like, took a sigh, lowered his head, and it flipped up with his brain kind of flying around his shoulder. You got it, lad! And just right back into the kitchen. Guy works hard. Gotta give it to him. Wonder if he runs this place by himself.
That lady's right. He really does need to hire more help. Look at all these tables. Look at all these people.
You're not wrong, but...
And if they're going to be persuaded by some sort of Naga-like Yanti, whatever the hell she is...
I think that's a... Lamaya?
They should at least dedicate one servant to her if she's going to be such a problem, and the rest to other people. Her pompous attitude is leaving half-orcs over there, who look like hard-working, self-earned individuals, completely out of the loop of getting their food.
At this point, you do see that they have their food, but they're obviously not as cheery as they were the second you guys walked in.
Exactly.
It's like, no, you got a point. Look, I'm not trying to make it sound like it's some sort of saint. Funny enough. He looks over at the table of saints, but at the same time, she looks like an interesting character, and I don't know if you could tell
Interesting
earlier.
is certainly the kindest word that I could describe her as.
I say that mainly because, right, I don't know, you could tell, right? She knows we're trying to go to Sigil. She had to have heard Crantor.
Oh, easily. Crantor's voice is so boisterous and loud.
Well, when he wants.
So anyway, there we were on Avernus.
There is a vein about to burst.
Anyways, we were on Avernus,
Arden
and
was there. My friend Arden.
Arden was there looking at him
really hard.
You see those daggers on his side? Yeah, he never uses them because he sucks the life out of people instead.
It's really cool.
So don't take it personally how, him. Shortly after we had our first fight, I almost trapped him in a flask.
He didn't like that too much. He didn't like that at all.
No, he really didn't. But he did warm up to me after the fact.
I can't understand that. I've been
Arden
trapped in
still
demi-plane
holding
twice.
that as a grudge, and he will eventually get you back for that.
The hair on the back of Cassius' neck stands on end. Ooh, they get chilly in here?
Yeah, there's just a glare towards your general direction and just like the most evil anime smirk, like, bitch, I'm gonna get you for that.
But yeah, Naleek leans into you, Arden.
Eyes open.
And we'll say this, like, it's very obviously quiet enough to not be heard, because you guys are, like, going through the extra effort of, like, even though it's not very conspicuous, he's just whispering to you. Plus, she didn't react to the news of Sigil like those two over there at the counter did. That tells me she's a little bit more familiar with stuff like that. Maybe we can get something out of her.
If that's your prerogative, go ahead. I want nothing to do with her.
Honestly, I'm just trying to play up to you, man. At this point, I've made it my goal to get you to lighten up.
Oh, God.
Look, you wanna know why I hate people like that? It's not just because of their pompous attitudes, or the way that they carry themselves, or the shit that they throw at people on the lower end. A king had my people scrutinized and nearly slaughtered all of my brothers and sisters. There's a reason I am the only one who was able to surpass my father. I kicked him out of his clan and took the title and redid everything from the ground up. My life has been nothing but a struggling climb upward because of a king thinking us a threat. And what did we do? We did nothing. His first raid, we decided to strike back because of my father's orders. That wouldn't come back to bite him in the ass, and it wouldn't prove their point either, no. And he just rubs his head. My mother, I don't know where the hell she is. I don't really know who she was beforehand. And he wanted a half-orc son. He wanted a lot of half-orc children to try to surpass him. I was the only one who was able to live through it all and see it to the other side. I don't like people like that because they ruined my life. Then again, a lot of things in my life got ruined the day I got these, and he shows the tattoos on his hands, and I remembered some things, and I remembered I'm not really me. I can't... You remember how I told you I can eat and drink? I can, but I don't taste anything. I've never tasted food. I don't even remember what food tastes like. I've never felt refreshed after drinking water. I've never felt rested after sleep, because I don't sleep. I go into a limbo. And I hate looking at that pompous bitch over there, stuffing her face and throwing platinum around like it's nothing. Her being here is opening a few scars. So that's on me, I suppose, for not keeping it together.
Naleek kind of like leans back against the counter, looks over to you, is like, my mother was killed by orcs. Not just your typical savage orcs. Plan not unlike Storm's Eye in concept. They were a much more strategic-based group. They lived in the outskirts of Mindafal, away from society, so they could avoid a lot of the controlling qualities of Mindafal. And they caused a lot of problems for a lot of different clans, a lot of different families and creatures in the area, because they could. Now, I'm not trying to liken you to them at all, but at the same time, there's an uncanny similarity there, isn't there?
What I do, and what I've taught my clan, is for survival.
Hold on. That's not the point. The point being, I had a stigma. Stigma that I had to look past, to see the better qualities of someone. Someone named Arudim. Tapping at your chest. I think you, as a leader and as a person, can gain a lot from trying to look past the surface impression of someone. Especially this late in the game. And as for controlling Father, one that, in concept, I want to say I can relate, but I don't want to take away from your struggles. That being said, we're both trying to step out of a shadow. And I gotta say, you kind of motivate me in a way with how you put that, because I'm still trying to do the very same. One day, I'm gonna walk back into Kaiser, I'm gonna walk up to my father, I'm gonna tell him to look at me and dare him to criticize me. Because I know by now I'm more the man than he ever was. And it's knowing that that makes me realize that I don't really have anything to prove. Maybe you don't either.
There's just kind of this retrospective look on his face. Thank you, Naleek. Gave me a lot to think about.
Oh, thank goodness. There's so much going on in my head, I feel like I need to pass it off to some other people sometimes. He kind of like nervous laughs. No, I'm kidding, but absolutely, man. And he kind of gives you like a pat on your back, and just like a brace on the opposite shoulders, like. We're in this together
Arudim
now.
actually pulls him into a hug.
Oh, he reciprocates. That's what he was kind of going for, but he was a little too nervous to do so. So, you guys off in your distance as you're kind of just gawking at Deus's
appetite,
Gluttony.
Appetite, gluttony, pompousness, you name it. You guys gotta look over and see your comrade just having a nice emotional embrace.
Oh, that's nice. Those are my friends over there.
Oh, they look nice. Ooh, I should tell you about the time I got an entire generation of dwarves to shave their beards. Best story ever.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, you gotta tell us this, says the Sun Elf, who's now moved over a seat to listen in on everything.
Ooh, sit. It's best story. Reagan Wrath, Council, Sons.
Wait. Hold up. Now you talking about my homeland. You talking about my dwarves. I gotta hear this. You done got my attention now.
Crantor just bellows out. Is one of them Rosie?
She did not have a beard.
That you saw.
Fair point. That is a very fair point.
It might have been a descendant or an ancestor. It was a while ago, but possibly.
As soon as Arudim gets his stiff drink, he immediately just guzzles it the whole way.
Naleek on the side is just kind of like, chug, 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 chug.
Does the whole thing.
You know
Doesn't
what,
give a
Growling,
shit.
give me one. I want to try.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
I'm half dead. I'm half dead. There's a reason I can handle this.
And maybe I'm a little too alive. Let's go.
Wow.
That doesn't make any sense, but you know what? Fuck it.
No,
Chug, chug, chug.
Arudim, to you can tell what he meant by that is that he's feeling more alive than he has probably since at least before he met you, or at least since the last time, he was here on Celestia. Not quite sure, but it's definitely been this is the first time you've ever seen him like this genuinely happy.
He'll take it.
And so he gets it. All right, let's roll him a Constitution saving throw. Let's go try slamming. Oh my God, that's perfect. That's fucking
a nat
perfect. No, it's a 2 on the die. Let's go see what the modifier for a con save is for this lad, this clerical lad, this druidic lad, this not sorcerer, so should not have a good con lad. Oh yeah, that's right. It takes his sheet forever to load up because he has 120 spells on it. Okay.
Oh my God. The life of Pax when he gets to a higher level.
Dude, that's the thing. She's both classes that it can prepare any spell on the list. That means I have to have them all there in case he wakes up one morning like, oh yeah, no, I want to do this.
Why do you think I love Pax so much?
I
can be prepared for so much.
A 2 + 2. Naleek rolled a 4. He goes choking on it, coughing it up as he's trying to slam this.
Just looks at him and he doesn't really know if he should help or not.
No, he's like,
You will hear.
he's like banging the counter, like forcing himself. It's sliding down his beard and his side of his face.
Can Arudim slide over to his left and squeeze his left thumb?
What would that do?
Fun fact, it turns off your gag reflex.
I don't want to know how you know that. Sure, you do it, and he has a better time finishing the drink.
So get your minds out of the gutter.
Right.
All of you.
There's an outside?
Okay, look, Advy, you don't need to call my shit out like that.
All right, look, you just squeeze his thumb and you help him finish the full glass of bourbon that he tried to match you in. You slam because you're half dead. He doesn't slam because he's not half dead. He's choking up and he's drunk.
I just grab his thumb and I go, try again.
Oh no, at this point the majority of the glass is finished or on his body. Like Cassius
just yells over the crowd. What the hell you doing to him?
Naleek turns around and just like has thumbs up, kind of half glazed smile. You see sort of his beard drenched with alcohol.
Just Arudim feels bad and he just takes out like a claw from his satchel and he just starts like trying to clean him up.
I got him, man. Thank you.
Cass will walk over and Arudim, hold that here, and we'll prestidigitation him clean and the excess alcohol into the rag. Remember what he did to the poor Archmage's floor.
Good. I was just about to come on. I love that editing that the other day.
So immediately Arudim's gonna take the empty bottle that he has, stuff the rag in it, and be like, hell yeah, I've got a Molotov.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Galric finally comes out with your guys' meals.
Oh, thank God. Arudim didn't even order anything.
No, he's like, hey, Deus, come over and sit with us. Yeah.
Oh no. Arudim's gonna run over and grab Crantor.
Growler's like, he's just coming out. All right, let me go set you up that new chair. No, he's coming back over to this one now. But I just demolished it.
You can still set it up right here.
He just raises it back up there. Yeah. You cautious.
As Arudim grabs Crantor's hand and immediately helps him back here.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry again. My bad.
Oh, you're not gonna sit on the stool, are you? Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Oi, Arudim, what the hell was you drinking?
Hey, Growlrig? I'm so bad at Dwarvish.
It's a form of bourbon.
Yeah,
one as well.
Absolutely. One second.
Cassius, quick trick. If you find yourself in unbelievable pain and choking on the alcohol, just squeeze your left thumb.
You got it.
Noted, mate.
No worries. I'm a cleric. If he starts dying, I can review it.
I am too. He rubs his hair
I'm kind of a
nervously.
cleric. I'm like
Artem is
half a
going to
cleric.
whisper to Naleek, because now he's curious. Roll that stealth. Cool, 25!
Let's go. Why? That's a flat 3.
For what?
Is a stealth check to whisper back. What you saying there, lad?
Artem just says, "You got a thing for her or what?"
Eyes kind of wide. He's like, looks back over. Just slow nods no. Just.
Artem just smiles in approval.
But he's very clearly looked over to Deus and then looked back to you and then nodded no slowly.
He nodded no.
Shook his head no.
Yeah, shook his head no.
Okay.
Wow. Call me out. Why
I
don't
love
you?
it when people do that. They say, "Now I'm not telling you to do this," as they're nodding their head yes.
Right. I wanted to make sure that wasn't what was happening here.
Yeah. Or the ones where they're like, "I think that's a great idea," and they're shaking their head no.
I do that all the time.
That's just such a mood, though. Artem just looks over to Crantor. "You want to try some?"
I ordered one.
"Oh, good.
Hey, if you're sharing, mate.
Yeah, go ahead. I'd say you've earned it. Plus, you're a bigger fellow, so I'd imagine you'd probably need a bit more to get some, fun out of it."
Crantor just accidentally flexes as he moves.
Artem just stares.
Accidental flex my ass.
Sorry, what? As he looks back at you and
Artem, I'm gonna need like 5 more.
Cassius, was there meant to be a comma in that sentence?
Was there meant to be? I mean, same.
Learned something about Cassius tonight.
I mean, to be perfectly fair, how many times has Crantor sailed over Cassius?
About 4, I think.
It's been 3 already, so for brevity's sake, we'll say you guys have finally gotten your meal. Deus, you've gotten your meal done proper.
Yeah, she'd be chatting up Cassius about what places they've been. She heard the Avernus comment, and she's a little curious to what spot they hit in that area.
Oh, yeah. We had some unsavory business with some kitty cat with backward hands. I'm not even going to bother speaking his name because, frankly, it's not worth remembering.
A lot of them.
He was a dick. I wasn't a fan of him.
Honestly, I think I would call him a pussy.
Hey!
Sounds like I know him.
He sees Cassius do the finger crossbows, looks to his hands, and does them back.
Crantor's just like, I don't get it.
I don't either. Just don't question it. He seems very hip on lingo.
What's lingo?
I think it's like a term for slang.
Oh, I thought it was like a game with a stick that you went under.
See, when I was a boy, that's what I thought it was.
Oh.
So, yeah, anyway, come to find out, I've got a personal bone to pick with him, so if I ever run into this backwards hand kitty cat man, I'm probably gonna have to cut his head off.
As if you could.
Deus, you can
Don't
go ahead
try
and roll
me, you want to do it too.
Deus, go ahead and
Oh,
roll
I
an
do.
Arcana
I'm sorry.
check. You're good. Alright, backwards hand cat man.
Kitty cat man.
Ooh, 12.
Taylor's talking about a Rakshasa. You know that's it's an awkward-looking fiend that isn't quite a devil, but it's from the hills. You only know of them because you once stopped in a tavern in an Avernian town that was run by a Rakshasa. Surprisingly hospitable.
I've been to worse dives. Of course, I've been to better dives as well.
In fact, you were probably treated like one of their best guests because of how well you threw money around.
Most places usually are quite hospitable when you drop down about 100 platinum in front of someone.
Really? Is that all it takes? Crantor has no concept of money.
Depends on the place. Here, 10 is usually enough to make them bend over backwards.
Speaking
Why
of
would you want them to do that?
Multiple reasons.
Crantor, they're not literally bending over backwards. It's just a figure of speech.
But she said they were bending
Sometimes.
backwards.
And that's what a figure of speech is. It's just essentially a hyperbolic statement. You know, they're not actually bending over backwards, but it's just a way of implying that they're going to great effort to please her.
Oh.
You know,
Why
up
didn't
in
you say
Mo,
that?
we had this game where you do actually bend over backwards and walk under a stick. You ever heard of it?
Yeah, limbo.
Oh, I thought it was called lingo.
Yeah, that's it.
That was always good.
No,
at that
not
game.
lingo, limbo. Like the plane.
Oh,
This is all
I've
getting
heard
very
it's terrible
confusing.
there.
Why would they name the game after the basic purgatory? Oh wait.
You know,
'Cause
some
people
say
die playing the game, don't they?
it's a crazy place. It's a crazy place. But speaking of money and stuff, Crantor, didn't you want to go shopping?
Yeah. I mean, we're eating now, but
Oh, no,
eventually.
this is after you guys have like eaten the majority of your meal and stuff. You guys have been just kind of like.
Are you sure Crantor does require 4 times the normal amount of food?
Okay, you're still eating, okay, but everyone else has finished their food, and they're respectfully waiting for you.
I imagine...
And yes, Crantor does need, like, theoretically, if you guys were in a position where you were having to consume 1 ration a day, if he didn't have Gallataur-sized rations, he'd have to consume 4 rations a day, or he'd suffer from exhaustion.
Noted.
Yeah, it's things
So
about being a large creature.
He
And
definitely...
at the mention of shopping, Diaz has her tail is kind of twitching back and forth with a bit of a look to her.
I wanted to go shopping, yes. Now that I have money, I wish to use it.
Actually, now that you mention it, there is something that Archmage Fellhandle kind of let me in on that I'd like to go shopping for. Next time the bartender comes around, remind me to get his attention. I got a question for him.
Sure. All right, you got that. But yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I'm a little curious to see what we got here. I heard some things the last time we were here in Lunia. We should have been shopping around a little, Chris.
Things? What kind of things?
Yeah, we had goals on our minds, but it still was.
Are you saying that
Something
there'd be
to
ways
consider.
to improve our arsenal in a peaceful place like this?
We don't just need to improve our arsenal, we can improve ourselves.
I was thinking more so
suppose
accessories. I don't need weapons.
Accessory? Oh god. Oh my god.
No, he's
Crantor
like,
just pictures himself blinged out.
no, he's like, hold on. He reaches over, just grabs Cassius's hand, and like yanks it into his face, so you can see the ring on Cassius's hand. See that? See that? It's not the ring of fire resistance. It's the ring of protection. He's like, that. We can find stuff like that. And let's go Cassius's hand.
What use would we have for things like that?
Magical uses, my man. Things
It's a
I
regular
can't attest
ring.
to it.
He says.
No, it's not. Oh man, no.
Actually, on that note, Arudim, Naleek's right. This thing is not just any regular ring.
What does it do?
Well, let's just say makes you harder to kill.
Oh, well, by all means. Not like I want to die. And he just keeps chugging 1 drink until it's gone again. Yeah, he's gonna go for a 3rd, and just for fun, I'm gonna roll a save. Yeah, so I'm gonna roll a con save with advantage. 22, I'm fine.
I got a nat 1 on mine.
Oh no! Drunk Crantor! Or at least tipsy Crantor.
So anyways, we were in Avernus, right? Me and my friends here. We were doing the things.
I'm honored
curious.
you consider me a friend.
What is
he
it you-
says, chugging his 4th one.
Yeah, like no, he's like, yeah, I'm interested to see if we can find any specifically magical items. I know Crantor's looking for something. I have a few things in mind.
Well, that's what I was talking about. Anything magical could be very useful.
Well, that's
Actually, I'm with you on that one, mates.
I know a place.
There's
Cassius
a look
just does
of
that slow turn.
judgment.
Cassius just does this slow turn, like, is that so? All right. Is it nearby?
Well, that's a little bit. But there's places to shop here. Before you head to the big ring, you definitely want to stop by Heart's Faith. But there's definitely some nice shops here. I know a few that I've been to.
Oh yeah, Heart's Faith. That is kind of where we have to go, huh? That's where we have to catch the ferry.
Yes. It'd be nice to see Sigil again.
Oh, that's where we're going.
Arden
Do you want to come
suddenly
with
had
us?
this look of like, no.
Drunk Crantor officially invited her.
Again, these. You know what? I'm with Crantor. You know what? Why don't you come along? If we're going to the same place, looking back at
We might
Arden,
as well.
we might as well keep company.
I want to insight Arudim real quick.
You know what? Actually, hold on. I need to roll for Arden.
Yeah, you roll for Arudim. Cassius, go ahead and roll an insight check that's going to apply to the 3 party members. Now, Leek and Crantor are obviously not hiding how they feel, so it won't be high for them.
I want to roll insight on Arudim.
just specifically Artem? Okay. I was saying the whole party
Yeah.
would be affected by
DS
this.
wants to roll insight on the two that are paying attention to this.
Yeah, go ahead. All right, insight
Fair
checks
enough.
from Deus and
Like that,
Cassius.
Yo!
I got a 19 on the die. I could only have been beaten by a nat 20.
All right, so let's start off with let's start off with Deus. Insight check. First of all, these two are very clearly listening in. It's not so much like they're listening in like this may affect their business. They're just extremely curious as to what people are doing, so openly talking about Sigil like that. Sigil.
I was about to say, aha!
Well, Deus did just say it like that, but I want to imagine it was intentional.
It was.
Yeah, that's going to be a very plain... I'm just going to assume all uses are intentional until corrected, which is why I corrected myself just then, because I want to go by that rule. But nonetheless, yes. And now, as for Cassius, Arden, how well does Cassius see?
Cassius, because you rolled so high, you can tell, obviously, the outside has anger and resentment of like, no, god damn it, no! But deep inside, you can tell that there's a bit of, like pain. Almost kind of like I can feel the abandonment issues.
Oi, Arden. Wood, mate.
What?
Can I have a wood with you, mate?
Naturally, and he just goes over here.
Hey, was it Deus, right?
Yes.
All right. We're gonna take your old table here for a second. Be right back.
Of course. Of course.
Oi,
Naleek, have you tried this?
Arden. Follow me over here.
Slides over.
Hi. Looks slowly over to Crantor, like,
Crantor's still very drunk and just like he's seeing 3 Naleeks and 7 tails going on right now.
You alright there, Crantor?
Oh, I'm fine. How are you?
Damn it. The holy men are drunk! No!
So, Cassius, you brought Arudim over to this table.
All right. 2 things of note, mate. You and I are probably gonna need to carry the big lad out of here, because I've seen a drunk man before. He's a drunk, very, very big man.
Yeah, I put that together.
And
I'm
strong enough as it is.
Handle it, you know.
I'm strong, but he's a very big lad.
You hear a thunk as Crantor just like slams down, face down on the counter. Starts snoring loudly.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
And the second thing is, you remember when we was in
I'm sorry, continue what you were saying. Continue your scene.
Arudim will notice Cass gets much more serious, almost like night and day. You remember when we was back in Knucklebone, right, mate?
Yes, I do.
How much do you know about how much I hate people like Kitty Cat Man?
From what you told me, and from what I recall, people like him are the reason your sister is gone, and people like him are the reason you... Well, let's just say, from what I remember, you have had a history.
Yeah, let's just say justice was served.
Yes.
Now, we still did that job for him, to be able to get the child that we needed. Pained me to do it, but I trust you. I trusted you to lead us through it, and you led us through it nice and safe. I think in this one, I kind of get that you're feeling a bit like I did back then. I can see it on your face, mate. You all right?
I was hoping not to explain this twice in a day, but...
You can give me the quick and dirty version. It's all right.
I don't like people like her. People who throw money around like it's nothing. People who seem like they have everything handed to them. My whole life was set into a series of unfortunate events by someone like her. Let's just say I am not too fond of my entire life being a constant climb through sludge, mud, and blood.
And fireballs?
Well, that was recently. Yes, so.
Yes, it was.
Used to not happen.
I mean, let's be honest here, mate. My life ain't been much better.
Right, and that's why I don't really like to talk about it. Everybody has their shit. It's not like mine or sharing it is going to make any much of a difference.
I'll tell you what, mate. Hear me out. Let's give this gal a chance. If it does turn out to be that she's truly this empress, I'm still not buying it, and that she is more trouble than it's worth, well, he will give you that same, knowing grin, you know what I'm about to say. strength is our strength.
Aptly put.
And
Cassius,
Well,
I do have to say something.
Oi,
I'd like to apologize for, well, I suppose my demeanor since we came here. I'm not acting my age, I suppose is what I'm saying, or I'm acting more of my age than I ever have in a long time. Recalling that I have died and lived different lives, it's hard to keep things straight sometimes, so my apologies. Sometimes I feel still like a kid.
lad, you're talking to one. I'm nothing but a big kid. You've got nothing to apologize for.
I'm
Besides,
the leader of my own tribe and I'm only 18.
fair?
I have seen and done so many things that a orc my age could probably only dream of. And I killed an Arcanoloth. I've gone to Avernus, nearly and barely escaped the clutches of a very malevolent Rakshasa, and now I am here. And he just gestures to everything, being like, "Oh."
I got a question for you. Well, a question and a point. First thing is, you killed an Arcanoloth. I killed a Kitsune. How do you think I got this, mate? And he holds up that same ring that Naleek was showing you earlier. I took this off a corpse.
Unfortunately for me, it didn't really leave much but a spell book. Sold it on the black market.
Well, suppose you can get a pretty high price for the right person.
Oh, I did. Trust me, there was someone very interested. My clan ate well for months. It was beautiful.
And the other thing, kind of like that dwarf kind of called me out on, I do still feel like I'm about to burst into flames at any minute. I have literally made a blood pact with an archdevil, and I'm walking around the celestial plane. I should not be here, mate. So, I have a question. You think this is how Naleek and Crantor felt when we was, back at Grandma's house?
Well, I would say I certainly didn't feel like I belonged there. Except for the bad days. But I certainly felt, let's say, more comfortable knowing, things that I know. Sneak, kill, all of that.
And I make a great distraction for that. That
You
area
do,
just never saw us
It
coming.
was quite hilarious. I mean...
That area just never saw you coming. I love
No,
it.
it was hilarious.
So, we have an accord, mate? We at least give her a shot.
He extends a hand. Very well.
Cassius will take it. We should probably get back. Crantor looks like
I
he's
gotta
got
say,
over it
I'm
any minute.
excited to go shopping, actually.
We might
I've
have
never
to drag
really
him into
done that before.
I've never done it with so much money. So,
Oh yes, of course I'm saving a whole rather large portion for the rest of the clan, but given the ordeal I've been through, I have to take my cut.
we've literally gone to hell and back. I think we've earned a little something.
At least it'll be helpful for me to lead the clan further.
Agreed, mate. So let's go.
Give the ex-empress a chance, fine.
I'm telling you, she's not an empress, mate.
Oh no, she is. According to history books, she is.
As you guys approach, you see Deus coming up on Crantor and casting Restoration to really kind of clear his mind of how overly intoxicated he's becoming.
Yeah.
Arden's gonna look at Crantor and be like, I thought you would have been able to have held your liquor a bit better.
You guys look over and see 6 bottles sitting next to him. 6 full bottles. You guys have only had a couple of glasses each.
What the hell are you? Give me one of those. What the hell are you all drinking?
What I had, he says, holding up a glass. I still don't feel anything, though.
Let me.
It's
try
very
some of that.
smooth, isn't it? No, it's like,
Excellent.
You were choking and gagging on it, Naleek.
yeah, it was most smooth.
There's like such a look on Arden's face, like, oh my god. Church boys never had a drink.
No, Crantor wakes up and he's just like, oh, so that's what alcohol is like. I've never had it before.
Arden smiles and he says, you know what? I'm not surprised, and at the same time, I'm shocked.
At
You
least
say that a lot.
Spot to do it.
Alright, so what do you guys say we maybe get some rooms, crash, and go shopping in the morning?
Sounds like a plan, but first I want a shot of that because I want to know what that fuss is all about.
You do
It's
that.
really good.
Arden just hands you his glass.
I'm retiring
Crantor
for
takes
the night.
another.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking forward to having a good night's sleep here on Celestia.
Me
Cass will
too.
take the bottle and take a drink.
Yes, a good night's sleep. Arudim hard pans to the camera.
Naleek stopped when you said that. Well, yeah. You know, sleep. One day you'll have it too. Naleek says, not in a menacing way. You can tell that he meant that in the best way possible. Like the way it sounded like he's saying you will be able to...
young adult he is, he just goes, he pats him on the cheek, not likely. And he just keeps walking past him.
Ah, yes, the cry of the saddled.
So yeah, we'll get over here and you guys will get a room. Well, not get a room, but yeah, you guys will be assigned a room. Transfer us back over here.
Quickly, Crantor.
What are we doing?
By the way, Advy,
Yes?
Cass rolled a 27 on the con save.
Oh, yeah, no, you slammed it. Funny enough, like Naleek was saying, it's very smooth. You can just tell that meant he can't handle his liquor for shit. Because it's going down very nice. It does taste like dwarven ale. It's a little stronger, but it has an extremely fruitful taste to it.
Rosie would love this.
I'm sure we can pick up a few bottles on our way out.
I'm gonna have to get me a bottle of that. Because if I go home looking like this, by the way, my shirt still has holes in it. If I go home looking like this and I don't have something to appease Rosie, she will literally kill me.
I'm pretty sure that there's magic to fix clothes like that, isn't there?
Naleek, don't you have that mending?
Yeah. He's already kind of over by the check-in clerk by the opposite hall. Yeah, I could do that. Okay, I'll do that now.
Just easier to buy new.
He kind of moves over. He comes up to Cassius and he starts putting his hand over the patches and scuffs on your shirt and using mending to essentially reform the threads, and the holes are closing on your shirt.
Well, thanks, mate. I really appreciate that.
Absolutely, honestly, it's something I've been meaning to do for a while. I just keep forgetting whenever it comes into my head. Usually not right there with you.
I just thought you liked it that way.
I mean, it was a bit breezy.
I will say, you wear the rugged look well.
I mean, not like I ever truly feel hot or anything. I mean, I feel hot, but I never feel hot.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I'm gonna go grab my room. So yes, you guys, for brevity's sake, we're gonna say you guys were all assigned your rooms. Unfortunately, Crantor, you had to have somewhat of a makeshift situation, one that's more comfortable than the average makeshift on Rieba, but it's not quite as accommodating as the Archmage Fellhandle's tower was, simply due to resources and such. But that's nothing that Crantor isn't used to. But yes, the rest of y'all get a fair night's rest, whether or not that is through slumber. You all wake back up in this very pristine inn that is in the back of the Silver Swords' Tavern. Rooms have extremely comfy bed with, I want to say, engraved blankets and curtains and such, as they're quite literally have a dim glow of holy energy to them. And no, this disturbs no one in terms of undead or fiendish relations. You were able to rest just fine on these. It is actually, it's funny enough, decorum for this realm. And so you guys wake up to this nice, beautiful morning night sky, the glimmering starlight, and the patterns of swaying, glistening energy lining the spire-like citadels and buildings that are making up the city that you can see from your windows. The glass is so clear you almost can't tell it's there, if not for the reflection. And you probably all gathered down in the tavern, which is relatively empty at this hour, and you guys make your way out into the streets, which again provides another wondrous sight, as the streets are made of white and gray stones, perfectly smoothed, as if they're constantly repaved, and they're lined with various spiral patterns down the sides, just to show you what the paths are. You see, like, dwarves, halflings, a bit of variety of race beyond that, but regardless of race, most of them are dressed in some sort of adventurer's attire or suit of armor, but are otherwise in holy-looking garb. Some look like groups of adventurers, others look like churchgoers or holy guards. You guys are making your way through and you see various sorts of buildings. One of the first you actually see coming by is a small round building, again made of the same stone and marble as the other buildings. You see a title on top of it that reads in Celestial, Draconic, and Common, Tavernous Domain.
Tavernous Domain.
Yes, like Cavernous Domain, but...
Oh, but Tavernous.
So dumb, I love it.
That's actually really great.
Yeah, you guys walking by, and you see it's kind of like the silhouette of kobolds on either side of the sign.
My baby.
You see many other assortments of buildings going down the way, as you see other people kind of somewhat congregating outside of the majority of them, as if they're, waiting to get in and out. This is one of them, too. But it's not so much like it's clustered to where people can't get in, it's just you can see that as you look down the street, more people are towards the entrances of the buildings as if they're going in and out. It seems that this tavern is already located in Commerce Ward of the city. Looking down, you can probably see, aside from, the Tavernous Domain, you can see a homey-looking shack, as it's very standoutish from the rest of the buildings. It's not even really a building, as much as it's just like a large wooden counter with a very wide open inside of it, but it's kind of like a wide open man cave, in a way. It's kind of got like rough beanbag chairs, it's kind of got like crates of knickknacks and such, and just a pair of sea elves kind of just chilling out on these beanbag chairs, kind of like legs lazed over with some hay sticking out of their mouth, just chatting up in Aquan, in case anybody speaks it. I'm not sure if you guys are still kind of walking.
Unfortunately, I do not speak Aquan.
Yeah, I didn't think anybody did, but just in case.
Actually, Tias does.
Of course, as you're slithering. Well, actually, are you guys just kind of still standing outside the tavern as you're looking around? Because this is what's in the immediate view of it. I'm kind of assuming you guys are, like, walking down the street as...
She'd be just following, looking at everything, like, ooh, maybe one of those, maybe a few of those.
Boy, Dias, you happen to have any idea where there might be, what do you call them, shops that procure and sell items of magical value?
Does she know the best spot here in town to find something?
You know of a few places in this general area that sell magical items. In fact, that shack that you're looking at is one of them, because it's only in Aquan. So you'll actually see the name kind of engraved in the bottom of the wooden counter. Arcane-minded traders. You'll know that this shop is usually meant just like trading with people who come and go. That's why it's so close to this tavern. Whereas the other location, which was the Tavernous Domain, just sells a few different scrolls, like meant for like healing and supplementary features that are kind of celestial themed. It's a small little inn ran by kobolds. For non-humanoid visitors specifically, but it's not as high quality in terms of like food and such as the Silver Swords' Tavern, which is why you chose to stay there when you arrived.
Well, like a kid pulling on their parent's arm, she will literally start dragging Cassius towards that shop, saying it's one of the best and definitely should buy some trinkets.
Oh, to the little rundown shack with the lazing sea elves he's dragging over. This is one of the best shops.
God, trust me, it's the hole in the wall place. They're the best.
Oh, yeah.
Of all the people to pick to do that, you picked the one that would actually believe it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Because he grew up a street urchin, so yeah, that's definitely like, he's like, no, I believe it.
Naleek is looking over at Crantor and Arudim like, are you guys buying this? Literally and figuratively.
Arudim just shrugs. I'm doing what I promised.
Alright.
Crantor's just looking around at everything, just shocked and amazed.
Yeah, you saw it before, but it never gets old. The buildings are all either spires of sorts or a multitude of spires with the occasional round building. The buildings look to be made of clear glass and marble with bits of glowing energy drifting in the upper heights of the city, like miniature slow-motion comets. The glisten of the energy in the stars make the building look even taller, with the shine that reflects further off the marble and glass structures, almost making them look infinitely tall. Almost as if they stretch into the sky themselves, if you don't pay enough attention.
Yeah, kid in a candy store pulling towards the shack.
Cass will go with no resistance.
Alright,
So-
yeah. You guys walk up to the shack and you kind of you see the two elves look up to you and they're like double take at each other and One of them kind of just like slouches up, sets the little twig in his mouth down. He walks up. In Celestial, greets you. He's like, "Hello, hello. Can we help you?" He's just
Back in Celestial. Greetings, I am a traveler of many places. My friend here and I are looking for some fun trinkets. How much would a regeneration spell be worth to you?
regeneration spell. See, this isn't how this place works, sweetie. You're looking to go like buy some spells or something. You might want to go down to Heaven's Door, or maybe even the Ninth Life. But
Oh, no.
we're more of
I'm-
a barter shack.
Please
Exactly,
tell me
I am
the nightlife is
bartering.
ran by a bunch of tabaxi.
Oh, good. I am bartering to cast the spell Regenerate upon someone you might need to fix a limb or to be healed fully.
Oh, you said regenerates?
I'll click out on it.
Oh man, you got to go down to the Glitter Fingers place. No. I know the spell.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's him in the characters. Oh man, if you're looking for something like that, you might want to go down to the Glitterfinger place. But oh man, that guy's annoying. I'll tell you that. This is all being said in Celestial, so I guess only Crantor is hearing this. Now, Arudim and Cassius, they know how it feels.
Damn right they do.
Yeah.
Okay,
To be
fine,
fair,
we'll just
I've
sit
been
over
saying
here,
that since I got here.
waiting for you to maybe get us in the loop.
Just
like,
sitting
yeah.
here.
But we got some pretty interesting stuff if you're looking to trade. We got stuff from
Oh,
all
very
over
well.
the plains.
Crantor will start translating real time for them.
Are you close enough that Cass could hear it?
Oh, hey, boss! And you hear the other sea elves speak up. He's like, "We got the stone." Oh, that's right. We got the stone of regeneration. And the other elf starts digging through one of the crates, starts digging through another crate, and they pull out a little white spindle, and they bring it over. It's like, this is one of the most valuable things we ever done come across.
Is this triggering anything from DS?
Oh, yes. Because as soon as you saw it, you saw all other Ion Stones being held by somebody else at some point. Being the Narzagon, being the Gold Scale Kobold, the Turtle, the Centaur, the Mousefolk, the Genasi, the Arakakra, the Stone Giants. They almost all flash through your head at once. You recognize this as an Ion Stone.
She will close her eyes and just kind of shake her head. Of course it would be here. Very well.
I can't believe it's literally the first place you came across it. I'm sorry, just keep going. The uncanniness is unbelievable. It truly is.
So, not to exclude my friends here, do you speak Common, Elvish? She's saying this in Celestial.
Oh, we can do Elvish, we can do Common, we can do Aquan, Celestial, of course. What's the preferred language?
She looks over to the group and just kind of,
Crantor will say common.
Of course, says, like very annoyed. In Common.
He shrugs.
So yeah,
I mean,
the stone's pretty valuable. What are you willing to give up for it?
Arden would just like whisper under his breath, "If you had a corpse, I could speak with Celestial."
Crantor will just like elbow Arudim.
Ow! The second guy walks up. He's like, "Listen, the person we got this from is let's just say he's very important. It's kind of
well, I do have to say I'm definitely interested in acquiring that, though I don't think I have too much in trade. I have mostly coin with me. Though if there is something in town that you've been trying to get your hands on, I'm sure I could convince someone to sell it and perhaps bring it here to barter."
Sorry, man. We're not really interested in money. We like things that are just like unique. They're from elsewhere. We need to stand out from the rest of the market, you know?
Of
As he
course.
gestures to the whole shack, as opposed to the pristine marble and glass buildings.
And you've done
Stand
so
out! Standing out already.
amazingly. I'm saying, is there something here in Lunia that you've been wanting to get your hands on, but they want coin where you deal with barter? Or is that something I have in spades?
I don't know, man. It's our thing, you know? And this is a really important thing, you know? This thing literally regenerates your health just cuz.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably better than any scroll or potion you're gonna find with the same effect.
Oh, of course.
So,
Especially from this little trinket and the others, but that's another thing.
well, tell you what, we're not really looking for anything. You know what? I'll give you this. Something I heard about. There's a castle built on the coast here, Lunia, by an evil wizard who's trying to reform his ways. Rakiel themselves allowed this. That wizard's probably got some pretty crazy stuff in their castle, you know what I mean? But I'm never gonna go in there. We're never gonna go there. We're not fitted for that kind of thing. That's why we're selling things on the side of the street, at our house. But you guys look like some crazy motherfuckers.
Arudim trying not to take resentment to that.
Crantor just deadpan blinking.
I mean, to be fair, I do speak directly with Zariel.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, who did you
What?
think I meant when I kept saying grandma?
Yeah. Oh, now that you mention it, you do have her eyes.
Naleek just starts laughing. It's like, what the hell kind of
Arudim
is
just
that?
looks at her like, have you met Zariel?
Once or twice. She
Naleek starts laughing harder. Like, this has gotta be a joke, right? This has gotta be a joke, right?
Inside?
So,
She ain't lying.
she's not lying. Not met directly, but in a sense, met. Not like they had a face-to-face conversation with Zariel, but there were words.
But anyways, Raquel, if he's letting this wizard stay here, that is very interesting. Might be a nice little side trip.
Oh, there's that, vacation you were looking for, Arudim.
I don't think that counts.
You know what? I don't think it does either. Honestly, I don't think we really have any business doing that. This is just one shop of many. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like it would be us doing something we want to do for once, instead of us doing something we feel like we have to do, you know? Just putting a different perspective out there. I don't know.
I'm not necessarily opposed to going, but before we do, there are a few places I'd like to look at.
Absolutely.
Particular purveyors of, not necessarily items of quite this grand nature.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, there's definitely a thing or two here in town I'm sure we can find.
Come on, guys. I'm sure you guys don't really need to go any farther. That's where we're right outside the tavern. You guys show up. Come on, we got a broom of flying. It's themed after Arcadia. We got what's we got? Oh, a decanter of endless water. Oh, that's pretty cool. We got
Let me ask you a question.
we got a saddle of the cavalier. That'd probably be helpful for you, big guy. And how many of your friends been ever hop on your back and they fall off because you guys are running too fast or something? This makes it not happen, and we got
Okay.
We got-
Crantor wants to just give him deadliest death glares, and he wants to roll intimidation on it.
Yeah, no, he's still go ahead and roll the invitation.
I don't care. I do not fucking care.
I'm just saying, he keeps going on. He's like, yeah, no, we got the scroll of fiend protection. We got these Feywild bracers of haste. We go, oh my god. He kind of starts.
The temperature just drops like 12 degrees.
You pushed the saddle button.
Wait.
You shouldn't have done that.
Crantor, you're good aligned. Roll d4 for bless.
Oh, good. That's right. Okay.
Just fucking cuss.
That's a 4.
Okay. Just kind of, he looks up to you and just falls back on his ass. Just like, oh my god. So sorry. Like in Celestial, it's just, I'm sorry. So, and he looks back at his
You
brother.
shouldn't have done that, mate.
Crantor just grunts.
What'd I do? What'd I do?
You insulted the man.
He turns and walks out of the store.
There is no inside of the store. You guys were standing at a single counter that is in a box
walks
shape
away.
that they're inside of.
He walks away
Okay, you can just walk
to the
away.
next store.
Yeah, Naleek just continues on. The nearest store that has like a name that really jumps out to you is the Tavernus Domain, but it's more of an inn than a store. You get the vibe.
She'll
He'll just
whisper,
wait. He'll wait.
she'll whisper, be back for that later, and slithers off.
Damn.
Cass will look at these elves and just ask very simply, listen, you mentioned you don't trade in coin, right?
No, we don't. We barter. Give us something similar value. We give you our things. That's our thing.
Right.
Just not looking away from Crantor. He is just terrified.
Crantor's left.
Oh, and I
He's
know.
like, oh,
He can still see you from your perspective because his shack is literally open on the side of the street. I imagine you haven't gone too far without ditching the party, in which case
No.
he's staring at... You're still visible to him, so he's still frightened.
Gotcha. So Crantor will feel him staring at him and just snap his neck to look at him with a glare.
Mid-sentence, as you're speaking to him, Cassius is just... Oh, I'm sorry, Dace.
Now, there are a couple things I'm looking for, but I'm not willing to really part with anything I have, as most of it usually has meaning to me. And, to be quite frank, one of the things I have, well, you ain't getting that. So, just for shits and giggles, I'm looking for a ring, then I'm looking for something that I can willingly store my own magic in.
Ooh, that sounds pretty crazy. Yeah, that's... Honestly, it sounds like the Ninth Life is where you want to go for something really crazy like that, but I do know that Glitterfinger's place sells a lot of rings.
Glitterfingers. I can't get over that.
Glitterfinger, right. I mean, if he sells rings, that explains the name. And you said the other one was the Ninth Life, right?
Yeah, the Ninth Life. It's a real big tower. It's 9 floors, each floor themed after different things. So yeah, but their prices.
Oh, good, a mall.
Yeah.
To the mall!
One more question for you, mate. You know any place that sells magical reagents of any kind? Or should we go to the tower? Spell components. I'm looking for a very specific set.
Could find some of that stuff probably in... honestly don't think there's a place for, like, magical components. That it really depends. Like, are you looking for, like, real expensive components, or are you looking for, like, the mundane... Like, are you just looking for, like, string and, like, specific stones and, like, certain little stuff like that? Or do you need to, like, buy, you know, a reliquary or something like that? Or a rod for a plane shift? Like, is that what you're looking for?
Specifically, like, charcoals, incense, oils, stuff like that.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know anything like that, at least.
Fair enough. By the way, big guy?
Yeah.
He doesn't like it when you talk about people riding him. It's kind of an insult to his people.
His eyes wide. Could you tell him I'm, like, really sorry?
So, question.
Are you...
those bracers of defense?
the bracers... no. The bracers I have are of haste.
I'm sorry, they do what? Just Artem.
Yeah, they're themed after the Feywilds. So you can see, like, they got, like, the wild, colorful trees on these.
Artem's gonna look through his stuff real quick.
Cass will walk over to Crantor. You'll have to
just
forgive
like
his ignorant.
Crantor's just like leaning up against the shack, just like head down, brooding.
You'll have to forgive him, mate. Well, you don't have to forgive him. It's your choice. He does want to apologize, though. He didn't realize that it was a slight against your people.
Crantor will grunt.
Glad to see you back to your old self, mate.
It's me. When you're a different race than everyone around you, you tend to not see it even anymore. I can't remember how many times I've been called slimy.
I mean, we tieflings are rare enough as it is.
Indeed.
Artem just pops into the conversation. Half-orcs are pretty much a dime a dozen. We're all the same.
Most people have never seen my people before.
To be perfectly honest, I never until I met you.
I've only heard of them, and I've traveled everywhere.
Although the dwarf did seem to know of your people.
Yes.
Back at the inn.
That is worrying.
Well, I would have taken it as a pleasant surprise. He didn't seem very hostile.
No, but I've only ever heard of my people on the material plane. I know I've heard they come from here, but to know that there are still some here, that's interesting.
Well, everyone's from somewheres.
Hmm.
Now let's
I'll
find
head to the
some
next
goodies.
door then.
I need that stone.
Yeah, you were looking at it pretty different. You've been very blasé since we met you, and that stone really caught your eye.
Question, why do you need it?
Blows a curl of hair out of her face. It's god stuff, or goddess things, and she's being pushy about certain things.
Question.
How that goes.
Monetarily, how much would you say that thing is worth?
I'd probably have to return to the prime material plane to get enough gold pieces or platinum pieces to at least get something worth enough to trade. And I have plenty at the temple.
Go ahead and roll a history check to try and get a fair price on it.
Ooh, goody. History.
Just
15.
match. Okay, yeah. That would be roughly 500,000 gold pieces. if someone who knew what it was were to sell it to someone else who knew what it was. Of course.
So did those shopkeepers seem like they knew what it was?
Oh, Jeff, no, they were valuing it. They straight up said it was their most valuable thing. They straight up referred to it as a legendary item.
Okay. So...
Even I don't have that much.
500,000 gold, huh? $500,000.
Oh, okay, maybe I do have that much, but I'd rather not spend it all on one thing that's not even for me to enjoy.
I mean,
and I already can do that.
Is, like, okay. Arden's just gonna look at her and be like, you need it for goddess things?
Long story, I'm a priestess of Ion, and she's being pushy about something about the stones, a number of visions.
Everyone roll a religion check. Of course, Naleek. Of course.
Religion! 5! I mean, Arden's never been big into religion.
Yeah. Oh, oh my gosh. This is about right.
Everybody's just like, who the fucketh?
Why am I not trained in religion?
Yeah, she's being pretty vague.
And a dirty 20 and a 21, of course, from the celestial individuals. This is so appropriate, it hurts.
I say let's go to a store where we can actually deal in coin.
I
I
agree.
got paid. I want to spend some of it.
So, Arudim and Cassius, you guys, as far as you know, that stone's probably just some sort of fancy sending stone. Probably lets it talk right to your god or something. Who knows? As for Crantor and Naleek, you guys can tell that that is one of the blessed stones of Ion since the age of old. There is only one of each version, so there's only 14 total in existence. And they all provide varying degrees of extremely beneficial effects to the person it is attuned to. And they refer to that as the Ion Stone of Regeneration. Well, they didn't say it in told, but they said the stone uses regeneration, which is what Deus was looking for. I still can't get over because I know for a fact Zelos was not trying to trigger anything like that. He was just looking for, in character, some sort of regeneration effect so he didn't have to prepare the spell. And you guys literally went to the first place that had the fucking stone in it. So it's...
Actually, I was trying the opposite. She was trying to sell her spells for, like, trade.
Oh, that's even better. Anyway, oh, wow. They misunderstood you. Dang it. Whatever. That works out just fine.
Seemed funnier.
All right,
But
so...
yeah, she'll definitely want to find some place that deals with coin.
But yes, I imagine you guys continue on. Looking for some place that deals in coin, as their place obviously just wants to trade shit.
Most certainly.
Alright, so you guys continue down. You guys see varying little shops and such, but those are bookstores, coffee shops. Those are just little basic places. Those aren't, you know, what you're looking for, you know, the adventurer locations. Eventually, you guys will start to cross by a roundish building that has 4 spires, making a square around it. I will say, imagine the spires from the Cell Games arena, around a round dome with various levels, windows with extremely shiny glass on it.
Sounds like the Hagia Sophia.
With a sign that reads, his sign is 3 different layers. It is just in common. It reads, Jortix, Glitterfinger, Glitter Jiggles, Jingling, Dangles, Worth Diggin'.
It does what now?
It reads, Jortix, Glitterfinger, Glitter Dingles, Jingling, Dangles, Worth Diggin'. In common.
Hey, Arudim, you think this might be the Glitterfinger that we was looking for?
Perhaps.
I swear, if this is an elf,
That's
I
the
feel
title.
Like I'm back home.
Crantor just looks disturbed.
What is this?
I mean, I've been all over the world. I've been all over most of the western continent of Rieba. I've seen worse. I've seen drunk dwarves with explosives. Trust me, I've seen worse.
Yeah, that party was fun.
Oh, man.
The cast will go in.
Cass will walk right in. All right, you're gonna walk in, and you're immediately
Arden's
going to see...
follow bucket.
So will Crantor.
You guys are going to see an extremely colorful room with a much nature-based decor, such as little decorative trees and bushes. Funny enough, in the corner behind the counter is actually a little beehive, but the bees seem to be very organized and contained. Despite you hearing the subtle buzzing, they seem to be very gentle. They keep to their area. They don't seem to be erratic in any way. And standing right at the counter, just kind of like diddling about in a drawer right underneath the counter, is a dirty blonde gnome. Just kind of jingling around and just looks over up to the bees really quick, goes over to a counter that's immediately underneath it, starts sorting through some papers, and turns around. Oh, hello there.
Oh there, mate.
How are you all? I'm Jortix. I'm looking to purchase some things. You guys look like you're looking to purchase some things. And he just kind of leans over the counter, just like hands.
Yeah, we might be in the market for a thing or two. We just did get paid for a rather difficult job, and well, the lads and I think it might be high time that we treated ourselves.
Wonderful. You came to the right place. So what are you looking for?
Yes, we were told to come here.
Jingles, dangles, anything in mind,
Particularly,
really?
we was told you are a purveyor of rings.
Ah, yes.
You have a great many supply.
I specialize in the bling, they say. And so, let's wander right over here, and he leads you over to the counter that is closest to the wall, which is directly parallel to the beehive that is about 10 feet behind
great.
him. And you see the glass case that is loaded with various sorts of rings in them. So what are we looking for, perhaps? We're looking for animal influence, for reaction, jumping, swimming, mind shielding.
Nothing really of that sort. How can I put this delicately? Don't be alarmed about what I'm about to do. I mean, absolutely zero offense. Certainly hope I'm not about to alert any gods. Cass will summon his pack weapon as a dagger.
Oh, it's a neat trick. Oh, that's fiendish. That felt fiendish.
Yeah, you could say that again. You see, I'm not exactly what I would call a native spellcaster. I tend to get my powers from one of my elders. Let's put it that way.
His grandma.
That one.
Specifically, yes.
Yes.
He talks about her all the time.
She's a lovely woman.
He's such a mama's boy.
Naleek's just trying to keep the laughter to himself.
She's such a lovely woman.
So it's
fucking dead. I'm fucking dead.
Oi, I don't go over to your grandma's house and start insulting her there, do I?
No.
Thing is, it's a very limited pool, and I'm hoping that I could maybe find some way to not necessarily expand upon it, but kind of store something a bit for later. And I was told you might be one of the guys to talk to about that.
Oh, yes. Oh, well. I don't know about storing something specifically. We'll say, as you're asking about the rings, kind of seem stumped about it, we'll call the session there.
We'll pick up with Mr. Ring Fingers.
Yes.
Mr. Glitterfinger.
As we get deep into
I had a
the
great
shop.
time, guys.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I
More
was
claps for
enjoying it.
Zealous.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
You completely surprised
This
me. I didn't even know.
motherfucker strutted in with another rich baby bitch. Look at her go.
Now, to be honest, she's not a bitch like the other one.
Yeah, she seems fine so far.
I see.
Of course. Totally, yeah.
I totally believe you. 100%. Write that down, write that down!
Oh, she's spoiled
Write that
as fuck, but she's not a bitch.
But yes, as we make your way into the Jingling Dangles, I'm glad I was at least able to get that name out there.
Jingleheimer Schmidt?
If
Thank
anything,
you.
this allows us for a full shopping spree next session. So I guess just dedicate on, again, a little delays, but I think, again, this campaign's overdue for stuff like this. You know, have a little lighthearted
Absolutely.
fun. Now that we
Maybe a bit.
Maybe a bit, you know? Give characters a little bit of depth in a different direction, you know? So yeah, honestly, it is best to call it because I was just thinking that. I'm like, oh man, so you guys are going to get caught up in this ring. It's going to end up being another 20, 30 minutes at least. So yeah, no, it's good that we stop it here. It's probably better that way. Sorry to hold anybody up. Zealous, they know where to find us, but they don't know where to find you. So my friend, tell them where they can find you.
You can pretty much find me anywheres. Twitch, Twitter, Steam, under PB Zealous. I try to usually keep it canonical.
Alrighty, then without further ado, that is where we're going to end it, folks. I hope you all enjoyed this session. Get ready for shopping spree next one. And for those of you on YouTube, do feel free to like if you're not already. Do subscribe. This is a weekly campaign. And, of course, do comment. We love hearing what you have to say about the campaign, what you think about the campaign, what catches your eye, what may or may not mean something to you, you know? Hell, critiques, if you have them, do offer them. I haven't heard any. I know I'm not flawless. You know we're not flawless. Anything.
Yeah, you are. You're flawless, Advy.
No, stop. Stop lying to the people, okay? No, Astro is flawless. He sees the future. Listen to him.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes,
He is spooky accurate.
He looks to the sky and says, "This is what's gonna happen." Then it happens.
And it always happens.
And it always frickin' happens. It's happening right now.
Which is why I'm scared to say anything else anymore.
I know, and that's why I'm like, it only makes me anticipate it more. Alright, so yes, do feel free to like, subscribe, all of the good stuff, and catch us next time. Alright, peace out, y'all.